Jennifer Lopez is in the news. Here's what's going on with her. Doing a press run for her new movie, Kiss of the Spider Woman. Y'all heard of that? Kiss, no, y'all not following Lopez like that. Okay. Which is ironically executive produced by her ex, Ben Affleck. J Lo went on the Howard Stern show and dropped the bomb. When Stern asked her if she ever truly been in love, she said flat out no. But when he asked if she loved someone before, she said yes. So we got a lot going on with Miss Lopez. That one comment sparked a wildfire. Her first ex-husband clapped back online, accusing her of lying, cheating, and playing victim. He basically said, "Stop using us for sympathy." Us, he's meaning all the men that she's dated. And he also said that she was the problem. Now, people are revisiting her long relationship history from Diddy and Mark Anthony to A Rod and Ben Affleck and questioning whether J Lo's endless love story saga is really about bad luck in love or a lack of accountability. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, get you guys' perspectives on it. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up with this Howard Stern little situation she had. Here we go.
Think you've truly been loved?
No.
No. And do you think you really have experienced loving someone?
Yes.
You have.
Yeah.
And when you can't get that love back,
What I learned, it's not that I'm not lovable, it's that they're not capable.
they can't love.
They don't have it in them.
They have
They
no-
need to appreciate the little person inside of
They
them.
have
They
little
need
to
to love
give.
them. Yeah.
You've been in a relationship with
And they
people.
gave me what they had.
Right, but
They
it's not
gave me
enough.
all of it. Every time.
But it's this much. It's a
All the
little bit.
rings, all the things I could ever want.
Right.
They tried to give me the houses, the rings, the marriage, all of it. But
They didn't love you
they didn't,
and didn't know you.
and I didn't love myself.
Right. It's tough. This is some journey, right?
It is.
And I was thinking about your music. Most of your songs are about love. They really are.
They're all
And
about love.
All right, so that's the story that's trending right now. That's what she said on Howard Stern. What's the first thing that come to mind when you hearing that? I'll start with you, Miss Pearl, since you're the lady on the panel of the evening.
When I think about J Lo, I think that she's like that type of woman that chased the honeymoon phase, and like when it's over and it's time to get serious and really peel back those layers of like the relationship, she run from it and she jump into another relationship and she start over. Like she's always hopping and jumping and hopping and jumping. But if she admitted that she didn't love herself, it's possibly that those men did love her. She just wasn't in the mental capacity or the emotional state herself to be able to recognize it. So I don't necessarily think her going on podcasts, wherever she's going, like shooting shots at them is cool at all. It's one thing to like reflect on yourself, but it's another thing to say that they didn't have the capacity to love you. So you have to keep going through this over and over and over again and see that none of these men are what you wanted. Like, I don't think it's them. I think it's her, and it's been her. I think she allows her beauty and her celebrity life, I guess, to like conflate who she is. And like I say, when she like get in the relationship and she can't hide behind that, she like run from herself and she go to somebody else that's like, ooh, J-Lo. And then it's like when they see her and the mask is removed, she run again. So for me, I think she likes accountability and real introspection.
I know she's a celebrity. Do you see this happen a lot in real time, like in your reality?
I do. I just think because she's a celebrity, her relationships are highlighted a lot of the times, and people might look at those as like ideal situations and think that it's appropriate. But I don't think she necessarily has been through anything that other women who have been through who are not celebrities, just bouncing through relationships and not knowing yourself and taking time in between the relationships to really reflect before you jump into something else.
Okay. Why do you think it's so difficult for a woman? Listen, we're talking about J Lo. I know you don't know J Lo, but why do you think it's so difficult for women to come to grasp uh, if they may potentially be the problem and not acknowledge it?
Because it's the mirror that we don't like to look at times. Again, it's the inflated sense of ego. You think you're all of these things, but when it's revealed that you're not, you don't like it. I think a lot of us have that problem with accountability until you mature and you really learn yourself, you learn your flaws, what's happening with you. Again, most women don't do that. They hide behind, like I say, their beauty. They hide behind sexuality. They hide behind the desires that they feel like the men are looking for. And so they just kind of stay in that bubble. But when it's like really time for us to have intellectual conversations, to be emotionally available, to sustain our relationships, a lot of us don't know how to do that. Real accountability is being able to look at yourself and say, I fucked up and I need to do better. But not just that, like actually being committed to doing better and consistently doing that. When you're with the same person, they can hold you accountable. But when you keep jumping to other people, it's like a blank slate. You get a chance to start over. So like I say, you can keep putting on as many masks as you want to. And I think a lot of people do that. But again, once you really do that introspection and you decide you don't want to keep running from yourself, you don't want to keep having the same dead end type of connections that don't go anywhere. When you decide that that's not what you want and you want something more, you'll figure out why you keep having those relationships, why you keep putting yourself in those situations, why you keep accepting those things, why you don't recognize red flags, not just in other people, but yourself. So again, I come right back to like introspection. You have to be able to sit with yourself. But if you're constantly in relationships with other people and you don't have the isolation, you don't have that time. You're not giving it to yourself. So it's like you're running in circles over and over again. Same shit, different person.
All right. Go to Mott. I know he's a relationship expert, guru, coach, heavy in the YouTube streets, heavy in the podcast scene. Miss J. Lopez. What are your thoughts about what she said on Howard Stern? You know, I mean, just so you know.
Honestly, I don't know enough about J-Lo to really say what her issue is. I haven't really, like, all I know is that she's been married a few times, like what, four times maybe. That's really all I know. Like, I don't know enough about her to know, like, is she full of shit? Like, so I can't really, I don't have enough information to kind of put myself out there and kind of feel confident in saying what her issue is, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well, just taking it off of her because I've seen it happen a lot. So I may not know someone, but I think that there are some cues that we can listen to: body language, tone, patterns. There's a lot of information in there that we can kind of gather and kind of come up with some possibilities. But given the situation, she has it may be normal, but again, she's in the spotlight, so maybe it might just seem like it's a lot because she's in the spotlight. But when you hear someone approach things by saying that they're not the problem, how does it make you feel? Like, what do you think? What comes to mind?
Typically I think people should be accountable, even if, they may have not been. I think people should always worry about what you could have did better. That's just how I operate. It's like what I could have did better, even if somebody else is fucked up. Like, oh, you can always do something better. So I think it's very possible, and one of the reasons I feel this way is because I don't think she said anything too damning, right? She said, I don't believe that they could have. What'd she say? She don't believe that they could have loved her, or she don't believe that they had the love to give.
Yeah.
What she said?
Yeah.
She don't believe they had the love to give, because it's very possible that, like, she may be attracted to men of status who only want her because she J-Lo, or she only attracted to men with money. It's very possible that all the men that she picked are niggas who not really worried about loving her. They probably just niggas who want J-Lo on their arm. It's very possible. So it could be her vetting process. But yeah, no. Typically, it is. Typically women tend to pick men for the wrong reasons. Pick a man because of what he got or because he's handsome, not really because of his character or what he's willing to do for you. So it's a lot of reasons.
Yeah, when I heard it, man, it was, and that's just only a snippet. I didn't listen to the entire interview, but I think it's safe for me to say that I can always do something better. That's just how I look at life. No matter what I do, I can always do something better. So even if it appears to be good, there could be a better way. Maybe I haven't got discovered yet. Maybe I'm not aware, but I can always do better. And that's what kind of keep me grounded. So when she approaches it and comes on there and says something as bold as she did, it makes me think that she does lack a form of accountability. in her
What about
relationships. Go ahead.
what about when she said she didn't love herself? Was that like kind of like a step in the right direction?
I had to go back and kind of play that part again. When she said she didn't love herself.
Yeah, she said at the time she didn't love herself.
So was that just the reason as to why she had so many failed relationships?
I don't think she was saying that, but I know I don't remember fully in what context she was saying it in, but she did mention it at the end of that video that we just watched that she didn't love herself.